You want to hear next week's episode of Critical Hit a week early? Well, you can right now. Just make sure you head over to patreon.com/major spoilers and sign up for the $5 or higher membership, and you can listen to next week's episode right after this one. We really appreciate your support, and as we get to 10 years of this incredible game and almost 500 episodes, we want to thank everyone who has supported us this far, and we hope to continue this show far, far, far into the future. So again, patreon.com/major spoilers. Thank you in advance.
We get letters.
We do get letters here at Critical Hit, and this one is from Dale, who says, "Hi, guys. I just wanted to say how much I enjoyed the Toads Boardwalk episode. Rodrigo put together fantastic imagery, and it was so much fun to listen to everyone roleplay through as though you were swept along the tide of hedonism. I'm guessing Rodrigo told you once you got there that your inhibitions are lowered." I'm guessing Rodrigo told you once you got there that, quote, your inhibitions were lowered. I can only recall one or two other times where you were told your character's dispositions, as in you're suddenly tired or you don't trust her and so on. At what point does that infringe on the motive of the character? Does Rodrigo have any pointers on how to implement the light touch of mind-altering magics? Also, when will we meet Sakar's family? Thank you, says Dale from Westchester.
But Rodrigo didn't tell us that.
No,
yeah, he didn't.
Rodrigo
that was just
doesn't really
us.
tell us anything.
Yeah,
Our inhibitions are generally lowered when we're in Rodrigo's presence, so.
I think he just was like telling us, "Oh, this smells so good, and this looks like fun," and just played on what our characters wanted to do.
And I think the question of that light touch DMing is always going to be one of, I think, trust and skill. When it comes to Rodrigo, he usually doesn't have to tell us this is exactly what should be happening or this is how you should feel. He sets the tone with the language and the descriptions and the NPCs that, I won't say force, because force sounds rude, but that allow us to see exactly what it is that those things should be. And then you can, inhabit your Sakars and your Torques and your little Sparkles and your funny guy with the beard. I forget his name. And then it all works because once we do something, if we do something dumb, he doesn't let us know that we did something dumb. He just has the environment respond to us.
Rob,
and then, sometimes we die.
Rob, what were you going to say?
I was making some joke about our characters not really having inhibitions to start with.
There you go. Yes. Rodrigo, you want to provide any insight into this?
As you guys pointed out, I didn't actually tell anybody what they should be feeling. It was kind of a question of describing sort of everything that was going on and what your characters were sensing, and just kind of letting the exploration of the place factor into the mystique of it, right? Whereas in any other place, I might describe, like a magical temple or something, and you guys probably would do very similar things to explore it. But in the Toads Boardwalk, all of those actions just had a lot of rewards to them, thus making you want to stay. And, every time you moved somewhere or did something, more fun things appeared that were trying to distract you from your mission. So I didn't tell anyone anything, but I do sometimes suggest emotional responses when I describe something. Like, for example, there are times when I say this might be the largest keep that you've ever seen, right? And it's like, usually I say, yeah, it's a big old keep. So what that allows me to do is, I'm not saying this is the biggest keep you've ever seen. Right. That allows certain players to be like, well, my character grew up under a rock, so this must be the biggest keep I've ever seen. And it allows other players to be like, well, my character is, grew out of a stone, out of a giant keep, so totally clearly not. Yeah. Yes.
And as for the question of when we're going to meet Sakar's family, it's at the end of the Battle for Diamond Throne in Season 3.
We already did.
Yeah, we met Zilvara and Zan. Although, I'm trying to remember.
I don't think we met Jaina, though.
No, we didn't meet Jaina. Jaina was off being a bucket of water.
Well, help put out those fires, Jaina.
Mm-hmm.
The holidays are upon us. That means I'm going to be scrambling around, worrying about what to buy, who to buy for. And the guys on my list are some of the hardest ones to do any kind of shopping for. But I think I've got something that's a lot better than giving someone a wallet or a new pair of socks. Yes, I'm talking about Harry's. Harry's makes long-lasting quality products at super reasonable prices. They've got these German-engineered blades that we've been talking about for years for as low as $2 each, and it's really a practical gift that someone is going to be able to use again and again and again. As with every holiday gift, you can choose the color that is right for them, and you can get it personalized with a personal engraving. But you have to act fast if you want to get that personal engraving because they want to have time to get it done and they get it to you in time for the holidays. Now, gift sets just start at $10, 100% guaranteed. And for right now, as a special offer for fans of this show, we've partnered with Harry's to give you $5 off any shave set, including our limited edition holiday set. These came in the other day. I got one the other day. It is a beautiful box, beautifully packaged. The person who's going to get this is going to think that you spent $1 million on them. But you're going to save when you go to harrys.com/criticalhit. Plus, you get free shipping on this. This offer is for new and returning customers and is only available for the holidays. Each of the Harry's shaving sets comes with the ergonomic weighted handle, which I love. Like I said, you can get an option to engrave it. The German-engineered 5-blade cartridges that provide a close, comfortable shave. Foaming gel for a rich lather, a travel cover to protect your blades when you're going out and about this holiday season, and a handsome holiday gift box, which, like I said, looks gorgeous. This year it's a metallic blue and red. Whoo! Man, so nice. Or instead of maybe giving that to someone else, maybe you want to keep it for yourself. You can redeem a Harry's trial offer to experience the quality of a shave before committing. So, get your holiday shopping done early. Free shipping ends on December 12th, so act now. That's right. Free shipping ends on December 12th, so act now. Go to harrys.com/criticalhit to get $5 off a shave set while supplies last. That's harrys.com/criticalhit. Thank you so much, Harry's, for sponsoring this episode of Critical Hit. Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out. I think we may be making progress.
Qualified success.
I mean, there's like some light in the room. We're on the horizon. I mean, it's not like we're winning this game or anything, but man, we need a win. And I think we may be on our way to it.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
There's still time for us to screw this up.
Yes, I'm waiting for that. Knock on wood. Rodrigo, please lead us into the next part of your grand adventure that we are on.
All right. So last time
on Critical Hit.
Critical Hit.
What did happen last time on Critical Hit?
Well, we helped the dwarf deal with his chronic depression.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's pretty accurate. We told Auradon that the Bronze Prince would accept a sword made by him, and Auradon is now off finding a geode to make said sword with.
Or
very excited.
to finish making his hammer or something with.
A geode to make a hammer, which he will use to make some tongs, which he'll then use to make the tools that he needs to make a sword.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, we're waiting so we can try to get off of this island. Waiting to talk with him.
How long did she say it would be before help arrived when we sent the sending? Was it 4 weeks?
Weeks.
Oh.
So we have time.
We're going
to
need to figure out food.
Yeah, there's that.
All right, so there you guys are in Auradon's smithy. Don't walk past that line or it'll incinerate you.
The floor is lava.
Pretty much.
No, the floor is lava.
The walls are lava. The ceiling's lava. It's lava.
Yep. So there you guys are, kind of, I guess, waiting for him to come back.
Mm-hmm.
We're hoping. Does he come back?
Is he back yet?
What about
does he
now?
ever come back?
You guys hear him stomping closer.
Oh, I think he's coming back.
Oh, good.
He comes back. Stomp.
We're very glad that you're enthusiastic about this project. Is there anything that we can do to help?
I don't think so.
So Orm kind of raises his hand, bows. How long will it take for you to complete this?
It's hard to tell at this point. This is going to be a unique, magical, godlike weapon. It is both a physical task and a spiritual one, so I won't know until all of the components are assembled. And I have a more formed plan. Right now, I'm just trying to get my tools ready and thinking about some experiments to run.
Sure. I understand. Were we needing to stay while you finish this? Or were you planning on delivering this personally to the recipient?
Oh, I don't know. What did you agree with him?
We said that we would talk to you about making him a great sword that would be worthy of his greatness.
And asked him if he'd be willing to receive it, which he said he would, provided you were the crafter.
I see. Well, sounds to me like you didn't work out any particulars, which is fine. You didn't know if I was going to acquiesce, I suppose.
Indeed.
True.
And I think we would be honored to deliver it. The only problem is that, as I said before, we are currently stranded here. And also we were not expecting our ship to be destroyed. So we don't have enough food to stay here while you craft.
Well, how did you say your ship was destroyed?
By your giant robots in the bay?
A craft that allows for the creation of portals. As we approached the island, the dwarf golem guardians attacked, damaged the mechanism that creates the portals, and took us thousands of feet above the island.
That would be a problem. So, do you want me to turn the guardians off?
That would be very helpful. Great.
Yes.
And maybe if you had another ship that we could use, maybe?
Well, I don't have another ship.
I didn't know if there might be another ship on the island somewhere.
I do not. Maybe you can talk to the Bronze Prince and see if he can arrange for some transportation for this to be delivered to him.
Yes. Perhaps we can send a sending to one of his emissaries.
As far as food, I'm afraid I personally do not eat. And I am guessing whatever stores there were have long since turned to dust. So if you maybe have some, and he starts kind of looking around the room, if you have maybe some sort of magical ritual or some way to create your own food, and he like grabs a barrel, which to him is like kind of like a little tankard, but it's like bigger than it's like, I don't know, the size of a probably the size of a coupe, I guess. Or we'll say the size of a horse-drawn carriage to keep it in universe.
A chicken coop.
Yeah. Yeah, the size of a chicken coop. A big chicken coop.
Yeah.
He kind of drops it on the ground over by you guys. Why don't you look in there and see if there's anything you can use?
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll look in there.
That thing, yeah.
Okay. In there appears to be a bunch of glowy stuff, which like looks to be pieces of basically glowing pieces of broken glass. Although they do tend to come in either like sort of palm-sized shards or slightly longer, like triangular bits. And they glow in all kinds of different colors.
Is it residuum?
What, that? No, but you can make residuum out of it. He like puts a finger in it and just kind of like crushes it down a little bit. These are star shards.
Huh.
Oh.
Interesting. Yeah, we can make use of that.
All right. Then, yeah, if we could make some food and then send a sending to Marut Deka, we can perhaps try to arrange logistics for delivery of the sword.
Okay.
Great. Thank you so much. This is a great gift. Thank you.
He is definitely not paying attention to you guys anymore.
All right.
He's he's got like a big rock in his hand, and he's like taking little, like has like a little kind of chipping tool and is like chipping at it. Oh, and by little I mean it's bigger than any of you guys, but you know what I mean. Chip, 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 chip.
We get the drill at this point.
Yeah. You know what I mean.
It's not a drill. It's actually more of an awl, but still.
All right. Let's just gather up the stuff and make our way back to the surface, maybe?
Sure. Yes. I'm sure he'll find us.
Yeah. If he needs to. How much of the stuff is there?
A whole giant barrel full.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have to carry it, hopefully carry it to...
Yeah. Why don't we not go back to the surface, considering that it was a huge hassle?
Okay.
Maybe find a room?
Yeah, exactly.
There are definitely lots of rooms here that are not being used.
Oh, but do you think he deactivated the security?
He said he was going to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't want the ships to approach and suffer the same fate.
Get attacked by the Sentinels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it'll take some time for anything without the solenoid to approach anyways, so we can confirm with him.
Okay.
We could also ask them to sending us when they are close. That way we don't have to possibly worry about Gith or other ships of the enemy coming here.
True.
Yeah, that's good idea.
All right, we'll find a room just off to the side of where he was working.
Figure out how much of this stuff there is.
Kind of set up a base camp.
Is the barrel liftable?
Yes, I will save you guys. We'll just turn it into a montage of you guys trying to get this barrel across multiple rooms, all of which have different directional orientations.
You're the best.
Yeah, pretty much.
Around.
Boom, boom, boom. Sparkle tones and their barrel.
Even Rocky had a montage.
So you guys find a room that is large enough that you can all hang out there and have some space. You manage to get the barrel in. And
full of idiots working with a barrel, trying not to spill it. Sorry,
Oops,
I was having a Randy
we spilled it. So Randus can spend some time testing the properties of any given star shard.
All right.
And figures out that you guys have approximately, and by approximately I mean exactly, 635,700 residuum.
All right.
Lovely.
Add that into your inventory there, Randus.
All right, well,
So it's probably not enough to bring back everybody.
It was what, 15,000 a person?
50,000, I thought.
Yeah, 50,000 for epic tier characters.
Yeah.
So that would be enough, theoretically.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were to ritualize the resurrection for 12 people, that would be 600,000.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The crew are not epic level characters.
Sure.
He did say named NPCs.
Yep.
So
are they
two resurrection?
Middle tier?
I would definitely say that they'd have to be at least Paragon level to be in this mission.
5,000 for the Paragons.
There you go.
So 100,000 for Otto and Barrett. Yeah, we can do this.
And 50,000 for the NPCs.
Well, that's a relief.
Was this a ritual that you guys know that we can do? Because that's a good way to spend our time.
I mastered that a while ago.
Yeah.
We just have never had
dead people
that we had to worry about.
4 weeks of resurrections. That's what we're going to do.
Well, and definitely not any dead people that you had easy access to.
Right.
Well, there's always dead people.
Not necessarily ones we want back.
So I wonder if I and maybe Randus or Sakar, since you're a healer, Sakar, might want to go back up to the surface and do this now, because it's going to take many days, or at least 6 days to get everyone resurrected.
Well, if we're going to have to spend the time here,
and
I see no reason why we couldn't return to the surface and establish some sort of longer-term shelter.
Also, we probably want to reclaim the super solenoid in some way.
Yes, I mean, we need to go back to the boat, right?
Yeah.
Repair the ship if we can.
First things first, do we want to send a sending to the Marat?
Sure. We can do that.
Yeah, it seems like a good plan.
In mind that you want to say?
Sure. I'll write it out.
Okay. You say it, and I will transcribe it, and I will send it out into the world to our friend.
To our friend.
What's his name?
That guy.
Marut
Deca. Ulrodon is forging a weapon for the Bronze Prince. The completion date is unknown, but how would you like to coordinate delivery?
Boom, it goes out into the universe. Shall we start taking this up top?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are all 5 of us going up top? Or should...
What reason would there be to stay?
To know when he's done?
I mean, we can come back and check in periodically.
True.
He'll probably announce it.
Also true.
Oh, I have just received a reply.
Huh.
It says, wondrous. Once the weapon is complete, we can arrange for an exchange.
Exchange
good.
of what?
The weapon.
With what?
With the boon you were promised?
Yeah. And if the Bronze Prince likes this, we'll get Ulridon too.
He won't sign on, but he will help us in some fashion. Maybe he'll maybe he'll send some Mards to fix our boat.
That really, really doesn't seem like it would be a problematic request at all.
I mean, I can do a reply if you would like.
That's kind of what those robots do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to send up another message that says, can you send someone right now to fix our boat?
Well, no, that's not part of the deal, I would say, since we haven't delivered yet.
But maybe they would just be nice and offer us assistance.
Would they be able to get here any quicker than the people from Rutile?
That one dude was able to open a portal.
I think we should just wait until the weapon is ready.
All right, fine. Let's go to the top.
Agree.
I've got days and days worth of healing and resurrecting to do.
I can work on the boat in the meantime? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might be beyond.
See if you can make some sort of better structure for the
solenoid that maybe to protect it from further disruptions.
And once we raise
some kind of makeshift cart so we can cart it off here.
And once we raise Otto and the rest, we'll have more help.
Yeah.
So let's get to it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Maybe you can also work on fixing the scrying pool. Do you know how to do that?
I don't know.
Let me look and see.
Didn't we say that the buoy was still functional?
I can probably just make whole, maybe? Well,
the buoy is fixable.
Would it be worth seeing if we can recover the solenoid and somehow actually mount it to the buoy?
No.
Didn't think so, but it was worth a try.
Yeah, that would be like strapping a jet engine to a toy poodle.
You know what?
I'm in.
You say that like you wouldn't do it.
Not if you cared about the poodle.
Yeah.
You know what?
You guys realize that you're the poodle in this situation.
I would put a scramjet on Widget's cat right now if I thought that it would work.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
We are going to the surface and making our way back to the wreckage where we have left the bodies so that Orem can begin the Raise Dead spell and so that Sakar can start doing any additional healings that may be required. Randus can secure the solenoid and we wait.
Okay.
So pointy ears and pointy teeth are on healing duty.
Once Randus appraises the star shards, he can actually do a relatively fast disenchant ritual to crush it all into residuum, which actually makes it, easy to carry. Like,
good.
It's just a bunch of dust now.
Yay.
So instead of a barrel full of things, it's just like a big grocery bag of dust, which you can stick inside your haversack and don't have to worry about.
There we go.
Yes.
Neat.
All right.
Hey.
And now the assistant got a nice little bed of residuum to sleep on.
Yep.
You know, at one point I thought I had a scrying making thing, but I guess I do not. I don't see it under my magics or my rituals.
What would be roughly 20% of the scrying pool cost?
We can look that up. That might actually be something that is around because towards the end of 4th edition, they actually did write up some of that stuff. So they're called like base items, I want to say.
Oh, sure. Like
so that
layer stuff.
Yeah. So if we find something comparable, I might let you guys actually put that together with because you have make whole, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes baked in my class.
Yep. All right. So you guys begin the much less arduous process of going back up to the surface, since you're not, going step by step and investigating and doing all this stuff. You also find a slightly faster path so that you don't have to basically go back in through that house that you guys came in through.
Oh, good.
You can just take a big set of stairs that is just going to lead you right to the surface.
Now, does it lead us to one of those huts that...
Yep.
Cool.
And then you guys are outside, and you walk and walk and walk and walk and walk and walk and walk through the city, and make it to the wreck of the Clouds Arena.
No.
Yeah.
Dawn's Arena.
Dawn's Arena, that's what it is.
Okay, well, I need to do some meditations and prayers and start to bring them back. And so I probably am going to go to our cleric first. She's a cleric, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to go to her first. No offense, Sakar. Because she also may be able to help in some of this resurrections and healings.
Worth a try.
So I'm going to make sure that there's an area cleared around her. And I'm going to sit at, cross-legged at her head, put my hands on her head, kind of like when you put your index fingers and your thumbs together and you make that kind of a triangle shape. I'm going to put my hands right on her forehead, start to concentrate, start to wish the will of the spirit back into the body, call out to it. Come, return. Life awaits. The return awaits. You're welcome back to your body. And cast that spell.
Okay.
And that's a heal no check.
Right. All right. What does everybody else do for 8 hours?
I don't know.
I'm going to see if there's any native herbs.
Probably
find stuff to cook with.
See what it'll take to get the skiff back together.
Yeah, that's not going to be very hard, and it's not going to cost you any supplies. You just need to spend a few hours fixing up. You mean the buoy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll work on that then.
Okay.
I'm trying to find something comparable to the scrying pool.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't. So your make whole does what?
Basically, I can repair anything that would fit into a 10-foot cube.
So can you not find the parts of the scrying pool and just put it back together?
We need to agree on a price, though.
Okay.
Come with, So, because it costs 20% of the item's original cost.
700,000.
I'm just basically gonna, spend my time wandering around, snooping around in buildings, trying to teach myself Dwarven.
Okay. What does the car do?
That's a good question. Going to see if there are any animals at all anywhere on this island that might be alive.
Okay. Sakar and Kat can give me a nature check each.
28. I used to be good at
Nat 20.
Wow, congratulations.
Okay. Well, Sakar goes off for a while, but he really doesn't find anything. There are signs that maybe there's birds around. And there are signs that maybe there's bugs around, but he really doesn't find any.
Okay.
And Kat is able to find some grasses that are edible in various states. So, you can just eat them, eat the shoots, or you can take the ones that have fully ripened and crush the seeds and make like a unleavened bread with them. Then again, you do know where there's an oven, so.
Spying Mirror's Pair sounds like it might be a pretty good equivalent.
Spying
level 18
mirrors.
Generally created as a match pair, each mirror attuned to the other. One or more other mirrors can be attuned. As a set, single mirror can belong to only one set of spying mirrors. Basically, standard action, when each of these mirrors is affixed to a solid structure you're adjacent to one of the mirrors, you can see and hear through the other mirror as if you were in a square until the start of your next turn. If you choose, creatures adjacent to the other mirror can see and hear through yours.
That looks good.
All right, so that's 85,000.
Okay. So 20% of that would be what?
17.
Yes, 17,000.
Yep. What they said.
Okay.
Are you willing to spend 17?
Sure.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So that, how long does make whole take?
10 minutes.
Okay. So, yep. Once in a couple hours, Randus has the buoy ready.
Oh. You mean whole?
As in complete.
I've been trying to figure out what it is that you're trying to make a hole. I thought maybe you were trying to make some sort of portal to talk through.
That's great.
I mean, that is the answer to that one round room riddle, right? We have a saw on a table.
Right. You take the table, you saw it in half. You take the two halves, you make a hole. You look through the hole.
Yes. That's what I do.
Okay.
I should.
So, yep. After putting the buoy back together, Randus can put the scrying pool back together. He can actually take the mount off the ship and just set it down, but he can actually fix it and pour some water in, and if he wants, he can activate it. And Ket comes back with a bunch of plants.
Hey, Ket, I think I got the portal or the scrying pool back up here.
That's fantastic. I have stuff for salad and bread.
Oh, good. That should work. So, should we see if anyone's there?
Might as well.
Hello? Testing? 1, 2?
Ah!
Ah! Who's this?
I think so.
Yep.
Hey.
Easily startled bird.
I'll get Zarza.
Oh, okay.
You see Zarza appear in the pool.
Hey,
Randus, how are you?
We're doing pretty good. We found Ulradon, and he is making a sword for the Bronze Prince, and has agreed to join the Accord if the Prince accepts the sword. And we are working on resurrecting the crew and getting stuff back together. Ulradon's gonna let us off the island if we can get a ride.
Okay. Well, good. We do have a ship on the way, so let us know if the plan needs to change. But for now, someone is heading towards you.
Okay. Glad to hear it. I'll make sure the others know, and we'll continue getting stuff back together here.
Do we know the person heading towards us so we can contact them directly if necessary?
Yeah, Pistonella's on the ship.
That's who it is.
Yeah, you'll at least know Pistonella, and you might have met some of the other crew.
Okay. Good.
All right. Well, stay safe and be careful.
Will do.
And she disappears from the pool.
Might do a sending to Pistonella to see if she has any suggestions for prepping the solenoid for transport.
Yeah. Are you just saying that out loud to yourself, or?
Yeah, I was just saying it out loud.
Okay, all right. Because Orm's like really concentrating on.
Oh yeah.
Trying to bring this person back.
I mean, you do you, Randus.
Okay. Yeah. I think I might do. Actually, I don't have the far sending, do I? Let me double check. I guess that'd be. I just got the normal sending. I could try it, but
wait until I'm done resurrecting her, and then we can do that.
Yeah. If we're willing to spend another 800.
Yeah, it's hard to go back to regular sending.
I mean, when you've had the best.
Then again, your
arcane roll.
Your arcana is kind of ludicrous.
I think
if I don't
with your sending,
botch it,
you have to roll 40 or higher to send anywhere on a plane.
Yes.
Yes.
So I would say, and I can help out, which would put your arcana at what, like a 57?
Well,
That's dumb.
37.
Yeah, might as well do it on your own.
So yeah, so you just have to not be Brian.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem.
Do it.
I say you
do
go
it.
for it.
Okay.
You won't be cool if you don't do it.
I'll give it a shot and see if I can reach
Matthew's
her.
trying to use peer pressure, but it's not working.
Peer pressure always works.
Spinning just
Matthew
a 50.
uses peer pressure. It was not very effective.
Is he doing it?
Are you assisting, Ket?
Yeah.
I'm
actually good at arcana. Not Randus levels, but
give me that.
I have an imp that can tell me what to do.
Well, okay.
All right.
Ket nat 20.
Well, there's a +2.
Yep. Now, oh boy, I'm real nervous to press this enter. With a 6, but that's still enough.
Yeah.
You needed not a 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, or a 2.
6 is not a 1.
A 37 would have been.
Yeah, it would have been 39 if I rolled a 2.
Yeah, you're right. So there's a 10% chance of failure, and somehow you avoided it.
Okay.
All right.
So,
okay. Yeah. Go ahead and compose your sending.
Basically, just in the Pistonella, Sarsa tells me you're on your way. We are getting things put back together. Any specific advice for prepping the solenoid for recovery and transport?
Randus gets a sending back.
Oh, okay. She wants me to not do anything. Don't
touch that thing.
Saw that coming.
Keep your hands off my stuff.
We will. I'll work on something else, I guess. Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Have residuum now.
Yeah.
We have time.
I suppose.
Is there anything that we want to make?
Well, let's make sure we get the crew taken care of,
Yeah,
I guess, first.
Yeah.
Simultaneous.
So, meanwhile, Little Sparkle is exploring the city.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
I don't know, just trying to, I guess, take in the history of this place and get a feel for how the people who used to live here lived.
After a while, you really see that there are definitely some differences between the stuff that you've seen below ground and above ground.
Mm.
You actually kind of get the sense that even big habitations above ground are not as fancy or as wealthy as the ones below ground.
Suppose that makes sense.
So there might have been kind of some sort of
system.
divide. Yeah, some sort of caste system. But even even in the habitations just above ground, there's a huge level of disparity, right, between some very small hut-like structures to essentially mansions.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the biggest places are not as opulent as the ones below ground. As Little Sparkle is looking around, though, she spots another one of those standing stones, but what catches her eye is that this one doesn't look as worn.
Like it might be newer?
Yeah, it actually looks a little better, and there's actually a visible inscription, sort of in a semicircle. Like if you think of these as being like kind of like a chunky teardrop shape or like an egg.
Mm-hmm.
If you think of the inscription as being, if you look at the narrow end, there's a semicircle with the curvature in the opposite direction from that end. So it kind of sort of forms an oval along with the top of the thing, if that makes sense.
Sure. And are the runes in Dwarven?
Yeah.
I'll take a rubbing of them since I don't speak it, but maybe I could find something that will translate.
Okay. That's pretty much the only thing that Little Sparkle finds that's any different from what she's seen before, other than, she sees enough of the city that the streetwise line in your character sheet goes from gray to black.
Has it been 8 hours?
Yes, eventually it is 8 hours. And the rest of you guys, as you return to basically what is now camp, or are around camp, have noticed that as it gets darker, there is a light glow around Orem, and then after a while that glow becomes brighter, although it's never like a huge pillar of light or anything. And then suddenly it kind of fades away. And Orem's ritual is complete.
I open my eyes and look down and whisper, okay. Barrett, you can wake up.
Barrett sits up and opens her eyes and gasps. All of her wounds are healed, and she looks fine, other than maybe being a little bit, like her clothes being like scuffed up or whatever.
Okay.
And she kind of looks around, somewhat disoriented.
Ket, water.
Bring some water over.
Okay.
Hand it to Barrett.
She drinks it.
Drink slow. Welcome back.
Thanks. I guess I died.
You did, and it was my fault.
I don't think that it was.
It was. But you're back now. And I'm glad you decided to come back.
Yeah. It was not fun being dead.
What was it like?
I was stuck somewhere in, I don't know, a big urn or a jar. It was something rigid. I think it had a top. and I couldn't get out. But I could hear a voice outside of it.
Do you remember what it said?
No.
Orm stands up, offers to help bear it up.
She takes Orm's hand.
My understanding is that Ket has some food. I'm sure you're hungry.
Yep. We have should have some bread here shortly.
Oh. Great, thank you.
Do you have the ability, I know as a cleric, you can do some spells. Do you have the ability to also raise the dead?
Yes.
And then I kind of wave my hand over to the rest, because we have a lot of work to do.
Let me get some rest, and I'll help you as soon as I can.
Very well. Orm takes a deep breath and then walks over to Otto, makes sure that the area around him is clear, sits down at the top of his head, puts his hands on top of Otto's forehead, and begins the next ritual.
All right. What's everybody else doing?
Sleeping?
Baking bread, apparently.
Yeah, Ket made some bread.
Hey.
Ding!
It's flat.
I'll eat some flatbread.
Yeah.
And also consider sleep. If Orm's been working for 8 hours, and we met Ulridon first thing in the morning.
Well, you're assuming this has all been one day.
I'm okay.
But maybe.
Should I not?
No, it's all been one day. I mean, you guys walked all the way to the dome, slept, so got up first thing in the morning, made your way down to Ulridon's, which took a few hours, but it didn't take you all day. Talked to that guy, came back up, started doing this, so it's like solidly nighttime now. Do you guys want to establish shifts?
Yeah, I'll take the first shift.
Okay.
Make sure Orm doesn't need anything.
Since I didn't take a shift last night, I can take the second shift.
Okay. Randus on that third shift?
Sure.
Randus on the third shift.
He's your sleep anchor.
That's right.
Early to bed, early to rise.
Yep. People go to bed except for Ket and Orm.
I will spend most of the shift actually not necessarily assisting Orm directly, because I'm clearly not needed there, but basically prepping the next body.
Okay.
Or the next bodies. That way there's less work to be done for any individual.
Okay. So while Ket is doing that, he sees that Barrett is kind of restless, like maybe moving around the camp. And he sees her walk over to Randus's bedroll, basically where Randus is sleeping, and seems to kind of be looking at him.
I'll walk over to her.
Okay.
Unable to sleep.
She slowly turns to look at Ket. Her eyes are completely black, and on her forehead she has a symbol, which is a circle with kind of pointy bits out in 5 directions.
Oh no.
And we're just going to wrap it there.
Oh, no. You're an evil man.
Oh, you are horrible, Rodrigo.
You're a monstrous monster.
Oh, our poor Clara came back wrong.
Well, who else is going to come back wrong? Listeners, you can cast your guesses on Twitter. Use the hashtag #CriticalHit. And we'll see what else Rodrigo has up his sleeve next week. Until then, podcast at majorspoilers.com, or maybe you want to hear next week's episode early, then you can head over to patreon.com/majorspoilers. $5 a month gets you access to this show early, as well as a bunch of extra bonus content. Do us a favor, just go over to the website, patreon.com/majorspoilers today. Just check out and see what we have to offer. You don't have to make your decision right away, but just poke around and see the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of posts and extra content and bonus stuff that you get for your small monthly contribution. I guess until next time, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits? Question mark?
This podcast is copyright 2018 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.